Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a nice chillaxed evening today. We're going to have a nice chilled evening, bit of Prem, Chelsea Spurs, and yeah, we're going to have a nice chilled chat today. Make sure you're all sharing. Make sure you're all commenting down below on X, on Twitch, on YouTube. Couldn't quite get TikTok for this one, but hopefully for the next stream that we do, for the next watch along we do, there will be TikTok as well. Um, Obviously repping the Rovers kit today. We've got some very exciting things coming up. We've got a lot of exciting projects coming up. We've got some more ball league action. We've got some pitch side access, which I'm looking forward to, from a couple of different competitions. We've also got a very special interview which we recorded today for our new Baller League interview series, which we call Baller League Unfiltered, which I revealed on social media earlier today. And not only that, we also have some more details on our huge new project, which is coming this summer, which a lot of people have, registered they're interested in. So I'm really excited, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Make sure you all get to the Twitch link as well. Make sure you go follow all the links. We're gonna go through the lineups for each team whilst we're here as well. These streams can only get better from here, or hopefully. um, but yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'm looking forward to it. Quite a few people have liked on X already, so thank you very much. Um, yeah, can we get? I think across all platforms, can we get 5,000 viewers at least? Because I think it's doable. We got nearly I think we got up to around 1,000 nearly on the last one, so I think it's doable on this one. Definitely doable. Um, no reason at all why it isn't. So make sure you're sharing everything. Make sure you have a look with everything. And yeah, I would. I can't wait. I can't wait to have a nice chilled evening today with some Chelsea Spurs. I don't usually watch Premier League football. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather watch some La Liga because I think it is better quality football. However, I thought with a game on tonight, let's just have a chilled evening and let's try and make it a nice evening today. Let's make it a nice evening full of conversation, full of football chat. If you've got any questions, leave them in the chats down below on Twitch, um, on YouTube, on X. If you are putting anything, leave it in the chat below. So yeah, that's where we are with everything. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you got some good questions for me. Hopefully. Uh, hopefully, fingers crossed. Hey, we're into the hundreds already on X, which is fantastic. Let's get that up and up and up, please. I will share this stream actually to my Instagram story. Try and get some, try and get some more people on board. Can't speak tonight, obviously. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to keep doing these streams, going into next season, season after, keep building up the Twitch. And yeah, Twitch, you're gonna see some other content hopefully down the line once I've got the whole setup paid for, etc. Might do some Football Manager, might do some FIFA. You never know. Might do some GTA. Who knows? But yeah, overall for me with Twitch, it's still football, obviously. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it all. Evening JB United, evening Melee, love you baby. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a nice evening. We're gonna have some nice chat, and we're gonna be all nice to each other. We're a family, guys. uh, hello, Jamie on Twitch as well. Thank you very much. And yeah, in fact, before the teams come out, because it's about 10 minutes to kick off, I will go through the lineups. Hey, what's up, Mo? What is up, Mo? Welcome to the stream, my friend. So yeah, let's bring you the Chelsea lineup first of all. If you are watching on YouTube, by the way, make sure you share this stream out. Make sure you send it to as many people as possible. Let's get as many viewers in here as possible across every single platform. So Chelsea have gone with this: Sanchez in goal, Gusto, Shalabar, Colwill, Cucurella, midfield partnership of Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Neto and Sancho either side of Cole Palmer. In my opinion, Chelsea's best player by a mile. And Nicholas Jackson up front. For Tottenham, they've gone with Vicario in goal, a back four of Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, and Spence from left to right. Madison, Bentancur, and Lucas Bergval in the midfield. You got Heung-min Son and Wilson Odobert either side of Dominic Solanke. In terms of the bench, I mean, there's notable faces for either side. You got Archie Gray, Lois Badashile, Josh Ashampong. I will let you into a secret. He is on my loan list for summer transfer targets in the right back role, just in case. So he is a player that I am scouting. So that's a name to keep an eye out for. Probably won't feature. Pedro Porro's on the bench. Basuma's back on the bench. Dewsbury Hall for Chelsea. Nkunku, Madueke, Tyreek George is another name I've got on my list. Tell, obviously, for Spurs. Brennan Johnson. I think Brennan Johnson's misfired this season at times, I'll be completely honest with you. So that's the lineups. That's what we're going with. Injuries wise, I mean, there's quite a few for each side. Obviously, the big ones. Lavia for Chelsea. For Tottenham, it's probably Dragusin, Kulusevski, and Richarlison for that depth. And I think that's the big thing that's killed Tottenham this year. I think depth's been the big thing that's killed them. So, yeah, for me personally, that's my thoughts anyway. Looking forward to seeing the game in your details. Thank you very much, Mo. I appreciate that, my bro. Do your Spanish accent. Well, here we go. Here's the perfect way to test out the Spanish accent. Atletico de Madrid is my favourites to get into the Champions League with Real Madrid and FC Barcelona. I also think Atletico Bilbao is the favourites for the Europa League, along with Italian side Lazio. So there we go. Southend fan Tom, I am good, my friend. How are you? Hope you're all well. Hope everyone watching is well and good. I'm just going to share this in one of my other chats as well. But yes, I'm good. I'm pretty good. Babe, you know that Spanish accent does things. You know it does things. No comment. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Following you on X, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. And big up Southend as well. They've been through a tough time in many years and under that owner. You know, hashtag Martin out. But yeah, Southend's been through some tough times, so I'm glad to see that they're getting better or on the right path, shall we say. You'll have to update me what's going on with the ownership there, because as far as I'm aware, I think Ron Martin's pretty much gone now. And they're back on the straight and narrow path, which is nice. So yeah, Southend seems to be improving. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you're back in the Football League. Although, on the other hand, you were a bit of a bogey team for Rovers at times, so hopefully not. Yeah, Martin's gone ages ago. Yeah, that's a massive, massive positive, mate. I'm glad to see Southend's doing better. Really glad to see they're doing better. I will, by the way, just so you guys know, so I'm not in a complete darkened room for the rest of these streams. I will look at getting my own little light, because I was going to use my ring light that came from the old house, but the plug's gone, so I'm saving up for a new one. But I get paid tomorrow, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a new ring light to make this a little bit lighter, if you get what I mean, to do these streams, etc. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited. It's going to be a nice chilled evening, lovely football chat. If you've got any questions, put it in the chat. If you're watching on X and your comment isn't coming up on the chat, if you don't think I'm reading your comment on X, then hop over to Twitch, hop over to YouTube, and obviously subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Twitch, and share your comments or your questions in there if it's not coming up on X. Baby, it does not mean more money for you. What's your Twitch name? I will just get it up, just so you guys know. Just gonna get it up on my thing. Chal official. In fact, I'll type it in the chat. I'll type it in the chat so you know. So you got the spelling. Is that the right one? Yeah. There you go. So that's the name of the Twitch. Shout out to Owen. You alright? Stephen who still can't score, but we're staying up. Stephen is striker, stinker, and hooked. Yeah. I'll follow you back, Tom, at the end of the stream. In fact, no, actually, scratch that, screw that, because we're a community on here. We're a community. We're a family, guys. Um, I will do it now, actually. For some reason, it's not coming up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I see you. Right, 1 second. I'll try and sort it out. Lineup's just coming up on there. I'm not going to be super tuned into the game, etc. It's going to be a nice chilled evening overall um where we can just chat football. But I'll obviously keep an eye on that and keep you guys updated as to what's happening. Uh, Problem is I follow too many people even with the verified stick, so I need to I need to unfollow someone, or I need to unfollow a couple of people that's not follow basically people that's not following me. Um, so I can follow you back. I'll sort it, Tom. If I can't sort it now, I'll sort it this week. Um, just followed. Thank you very much, Mo. Appreciate that. Make sure you share it around. Um, Sleep schedule's improved since I haven't had to stay up till 3 for the wrestling, but that'll change again. Yep, WrestleMania's around the corner. Gonna hop off and watch TV. Love you, babes. Um, yeah, like I said, I think if you want me to give you a prediction, I'm gonna go 2-0 Chelsea. I think 2-0 Chelsea. I think I don't really expect Tottenham to get over this Chelsea side when they're trying to scrap to trying to get over the line for top four here, Chelsea. So, and let's be honest, Chelsea had a pretty average season by Chelsea standards. And before anyone comes at me saying, "What are you talking about? Chelsea in the top four, this, that, the other," absolute bollocks. Chelsea should be fighting for trophies because under Abramovich, that's what they were pretty much nearly every season. So that should be the standard for me with Chelsea, and no one can tell me different. And if you don't like that, if you think, oh, top four over trophy, cry me a river. Um, the standards should be winning trophies, end of the day. And no one can tell me different on that front. So by Chelsea standards, it's been an average year. They've got top four, yes, but that's not an achievement. That's just where they have been numerous times. For Maresca's first season in charge, it's solid, but it could have been better if they nicked a trophy out of it, which they could still do. If they nick the Conference League out of this year and get top four, I think it's been a pretty decent, solid first year for Maresca. For any of you that have watched La Liga, like I have, and like Liga has, and like other people have, if you've watched it and you see the speed and the flow of the football there, you'll notice the difference straight away compared to this and La Liga, compared to La Liga and the Prem. You'll notice the difference straight away. A lot more dramatic, a lot more stop-start-ish in England than it is to Spain. Let's be brutally honest about that. Slight deflection there. Cleared by Chelsea. But yeah, keep your chat coming in, guys. Let's get some footage out. Like I said, those of you watching on X, if your comments aren't coming up, then hop over to Twitch, hop over to YouTube, and ask your questions there as a precaution, just in case. Because sometimes React it can be a bit funny. Put it that way. Ball over the top. Nicholas Jackson. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my God. Tottenham's defence in 50 seconds. Nearly biblical stinker and hooked. Jesus Christ. Mate, Tottenham's defence has been suspect this year. Seriously, seriously suspect. Seriously. It stinker and hooked. Biblical. Absolutely biblical. Chelsea coming forward again here. Ball across the ground. Jackson shoved off. That was too easy. That wasn't going to get given a penalty. You mad? If that were a penalty, that would have been the softest penalty I'd seen in ages. And I've seen some pretty soft ones. Reclaim the ball there. Spence wanted on too much of a run. Looks like Chelsea's player down here. Tottenham's going to continue the run. Son turns his man. It's deflected out. But they're going to stop the play now because the player's injured. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about English football. It just seems very more stop-start. And there are other leagues that are more competitive, but on the same breath, I think there's too much drama in some leagues that's not needed, if you want me to be brutally honest. Yeah, Jackson fumbled that a bit, and I think Tottenham defence got lucky on that one. I think Van de Ven did his bit, but Jackson fumbled that a lot. If you had the confidence, you could have just taken that, in my opinion. Looks like it's an injury to Caicedo? I think that's Caicedo. Yeah, it's Caicedo. A few hundred viewers in. Not even reached half an hour yet. Bosh. Korea. Let's give his son. Flick on. Clip by Palmer. I don't know who's going to win this one. I predicted 2-0 Chelsea, but Chelsea can also have a stinker. Because, let's face it, they've had stinkers this year. Van de Ven. Romero. Into Jed Spence. That's absolutely crap. Absolutely crap from Spence. Yeah, I think Caicedo's feeling it. I think that might be Caicedo's night done. That might be Caicedo's night done already. 4 minutes in. That didn't take long. Jeez, we've got over 1,000 viewers, on that X when we launched our live. That's pretty good. Mate, League Gunner's not even live yet. League Gunner stinker and hooked. I know one of you'll clip that now. Yeah, that's Caicedo's night done, I think. Yeah, look at that, Jackson. Fumbled it, and then Van de Ven got in the way. Yeah, not the right ball for me. Not the right ball at all. Long ball from Chelsea. Here's Jackson. Over the top. Go on, Sancho. Holds off Spence. Good play there from Sancho. Good strength on the ball from Sancho. And that's Palmer on the ball. Enzo. Sancho. Sancho. Good twisting and turning there. Caicedo's back on the pitch, so he's carrying on for now. Here he is now. Cucurella. Cleared away. Only as far as his man. Side netting. Side netting from Gusto. It's been a lively start. It's definitely been a lively one. I'll try and clip up the highlights from the stream for YouTube, etc. I'll try anyway. Good ball on the ground. His son. Back into the middle. If you are watching on other platforms, by the way, make sure you subscribe to the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube, obviously. The links are around somewhere. You'll see them. You'll see them. If you're watching on X and you're trying to comment your question or ask your question, hop onto Twitch, hop onto YouTube, and ask your question below in the chat. And while you're there, please subscribe. Mean a lot. Let's try and get the numbers up. Can we get to the first 100 on Twitch? Hopefully tonight. Fingers crossed. Sancho recovers. Sancho. It's cleared away. Caicedo beaten to it. It'll be a Chelsea throw anyway. Ooh, I know what I need to do. I need to post on my story that I'm live. On my IG story. I swear I definitely thought I downloaded my picture of Stamford Bridge. Just get a different one anyway. There we go. Shout out to everyone new who's come in. Chelsea Spurs. It's been a bit of a stink. It's had a energetic start, but then turned into a bit of a stink fest last minute or so. There's Chelsea coming forward now. Sancho. and that's gone trickling wide. Post on TikTok that I'm live as well, so people know. It's very important. Every platform means something. Now Lee Gunner's gone live. 12 minutes in. Right, Chelsea have got a free kick here. Corner in, patted away. Oh, bad deflection there. Again, it's all scrambly. Not for my liking personally. Oh, it's a good parry by Vicario, but a bit dangerous. And it's a rubbish shot by Jackson. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish from Jackson. Spurs coming forward here brilliantly. Push that. Nowhere near a penalty. Nowhere near. Too easy. How do you think Barnet will do in League Two next season? They look like they're going to win the National League. It is looking that way. I don't actually put it past Barnet to do pretty well. I think look at the pattern. I think when you look at Notts County, when you look at Chesterfield, when you look at Wrexham, definitely. Um, I think they are. I think they're destined for at least minimum mid-table finish at least. I'd say. I think that's my prediction with that one. Yeah, I'll go mid-table with that one. Definitely. Shots coming forward here. Laid off. Gusto. That's an absolutely disastrous cross. Disastrous. Yeah, I've released that on TikTok as well, so people on TikTok should have the link in the description for that one. We are approaching that 1,000, which is pretty good on overall. So thank you very much for that. Can we get it to 5,000? That might be a push, but I think it's doable, especially with the growth on X at the minute. I think we're getting there. It shows that the X chat's working now. So if you guys have got any questions on X, send them in. Send them in. We've got plenty of viewers on there. Sancho, good ball through. Palmer. Oh, that nearly trickled over the line. Almost trickled over the line. When we come back after the half-time break, I'm going to talk about some of the things that are coming up. Some things that you know about, some things you don't know about um, on the channel. So, looking forward to that. In fact, there's one thing that might be coming tomorrow, as early as tomorrow. So, stay tuned for that. I'll talk more about that after the half-time break. So, when it hits half-time, we're going to go off for a few minutes, and then we're going to um, get a drink, etc., and then come back and kind of recollect our first half thoughts. But I think overall, it's been, in terms of quality in front of goal, it's been a stinker, like most Premier League games. Good interception there. But yeah, guys, if you've got any more questions, let me know. Make sure you let me know. Let's keep the chat going. Let's keep the chat flowing. I want to see that chat box flying up. Flying up. Like the Wicked Witch of the West. Wicked reference, for those of you who like that. Good ball through. Absolutely terrible touch. Terrible touch. Let's find out what other football's going off tonight. Because it's not just the Premier League. It's not all about the Premier League. There is other football on as well. So you've got the Argentina Cup, Instituto versus Deportivo Madryn, and that's around 11:15. You've got Group B in the Copa de Nostra in Brazil. Um, America RN and CS Alagonano is postponed. In fact, all of them got postponed actually, so you don't have to worry about that. Games in Bulgaria. Got the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals, where LAFC beat Inter Miami. Vancouver drew 1-1 with Universidad Nacional. The Copa Libertadores groups have been in action as well. You've still got Bahia versus Internacional. That's why their Brazilian Cup game got postponed. You've also got LDU at De Quito, who are from Ecuador, and they're taking on Central Cordoba de Santiago from Argentina. So, good one there. You got the Faroe Islands Premier League. Again, keep an eye out for that one because obviously that league is where Grimsby got their player from. I think pretty much. I think. No, so I think it was one of them. The nationality was Faroe Islands anyway. Got an FA Cup quarter final in Hungary. Who'd you thought you'd have heard FA Cup and Hungary in the same sentence? And currently, MTK Budapest are about to beat Ferencváros FC by 4-2. Got the quarter final of the Israeli Cup, where Beitar Jerusalem are beating Bnei Sakin 3-0. You had some Norse tipping Lagan Norway group action. The Taça de Portugal semi-final is kicked off at the minute. Sporting versus Rio Ave. Romanian Cup quarter final, where it's 1-1 after 111 minutes. Couple of Swiss Super League games are at half time. Basel leading 2-0 against Grasshopper, losing 1-1 with St. Gallen. And you got the quarterfinal of the Turkey Cup, where Besiktas are about to get knocked out by Göztepe. In fact, what is the Swiss Super League looking like? So Basel currently top the league. So as far as I'm aware, there's not many games left in that league. That's a pretty tight title race in Switzerland, which is not bad. More competitive than the Prem anyway. Liverpool, 11 points ahead? 12 points ahead. Relegation battle's pretty much decided. All three teams that came up are going straight back down. Wash your bets on the other three teams coming up for next season doing the same. Spurs play the ball through. Cleared away by Chelsea. So yeah, we're about to hit 1,000, by the way, overall. We're about to hit 1,000. Bosh, have some of that. Screw the haters. We're about to hit 1,000. At least. Bosh. Ball comes through and no one's on the end of it. Yeah, those of you watching on X, because there's a lot of people watching on X, make sure you send in your questions. Write it in the chat. I've opened the chat box. Do not be afraid to ask questions. There might be good questions, there might be bad questions, but I will respond to them respectfully. I promise you that. Make sure you send in your questions. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, send in your questions. Over 1,000 people watching on all platforms. Bosh. How about that? Let's keep this channel going. And if you are watching on a different platform, subscribe to all the other platforms. Let's get the network growing. I'm going to put loads of football content on this channel. This is going to be growing. This is 2025 is our year. It's just the start of something great, and I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my heart. This year's going to be a good year. I can feel it. And if there's any die-hard Rovers fans out there that are upset with the fact that I'm going to a certain football club on Saturday just to get another angle on the promotion race, cry me a river. Any Rovers fans upset with me because I'm going to watch other football clubs in their respective races, whether it's the same race as my club or a different race. If you don't like me going to other games for other football clubs, cry me a river. Because I'm at this point now with social media where I do not care. I do not care. I will do my own thing. I will do my thing for the channel. I will do my own thing because I love football in general. I will always be a Rovers fan till I die, a Doncaster Rovers fan till I die. But if you don't like me watching other clubs, cry me a river. How about that? And that's how you deal with haters. You just don't care. If anyone wants any advice to do with haters online, just be yourself, do what you want to do, and do not care what people think. How about that? Obviously, morally do the right thing, but in terms of like, if you want to watch a game of another football club, you can watch another game. No one's stopping you. It's what you want to do. And it's as simple as that. Thank you very much, Jamie. I appreciate that, mate. This is what I mean. So this is what I mean. Quite quite a few people were upset with the fact. Oh, and I'm kind of letting one of the secrets go early, but basically on Saturday I'm going to be pitch side for Bradford versus Crew to get another angle on the promotion race and to, I mean, no doubt I'll probably get a comment now from someone saying hashtag Spygate, but I'm gonna do a Bielsa and do like a Spygate. Sorry, yeah, Bielsa and do like a Spygate thing on Bradford, um, ahead of our game against them in a couple of weeks. But like I said, it's my decision. If I want to do that and you don't like it, cry me a river. Simple. I don't care anymore. I'm dealing with haters the right way, and that's just not caring. If people don't like that, cry some more. Eh. How about that? Cucurella cleared away, and that'll be a corner. Honestly, so many times I've bitten back to hate in a certain way that's not made me look any better. Now I'm at this point with social media where I'm like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it. Just don't watch it. And watch the videos that you do want to watch. If you don't want to watch my channel at all, then don't watch it. Simple. There's plenty of people that do want to watch me. So I'm at this point now where I literally do not care. And if you feel the same, you know what you need to do. Comment down below. That was a nice little plug there. But we're well over 1,000 now. Bosh. How about that? To all the haters out there, over 1,000 on all platforms. How about that? That's gone out for another corner, I think. Is that goal kick? Is that a corner? That's a goal kick. Yeah, Spurs will take it. Spurs will take it slowly. Villa Forest on Saturday as well. Not too bad. Yeah, so at half time, we're going to go through our thoughts after a few minutes break, and then we will go through some of the projects coming up before the game restarts. Big Super Sunday, by the way. I will probably go live for that. I will probably go live for the Manchester Derby on Sunday because I've got the full weekend off this week and next week. So, in fact, let's do some planning live on air. What games can we watch on Sundays? Well, on the days coming up, should we say? Um, let's go through my calendar because I've got a very specific website that I like to look at to see what games to watch. So obviously we're doing Chelsea Tottenham tonight. Friday, tomorrow I'm working, so I don't really want to do any games that day. Plus, I've hopefully got a video coming that day. Saturday, I'm going to be pitch side for Bradford Crew. That's one secret I've let loose already. Bosh. Double unskippable. Um, Sunday, obviously, we're going to do Manchester Derby. That kicks off at half 4, so that should be interesting. Well, I think the program at least kicks off. Is it the program that kicks off at half 4? Am I not lying? I could be lying. I think the program kicks off at half 4. I think the game kicks off about half 5, if I'm not mistaken. Um, got some other stuff as well. Might chill out later in the evening and do some La Liga, some Villarreal versus Athletic Bilbao. Um, Monday is Leicester Newcastle, but I'm not really interested in that. There's Leganés versus Osasuna in the Liga. Tuesday, you've got a bit of action up and down the leagues. I might pick one of the championship games on that one because some big ones there. Derby Burnley, Stoke Luton, uh, Plymouth. I don't think are playing. They're not on Sky anyway. Shrewsbury Reading. That's a big one in League One because Shrewsbury look like they're down and out, I think. And Reading's obviously had that situation with their owners. Hashtag die young out. Protect football. Um, Wednesday I'm working, so I'm not gonna do that one. Um, Thursday I'm working, so we're going to be unfortunately skipping some of these Champions League games, but I'll reconvene when the final kicks around, etc. Um, Friday I'm working as well. Saturday the 12th. Um, Saturday the 12th. I'm watching Donny Wimbledon at half 12, and then I'm going straight to a wedding party. So I won't be around on the 12th. I will not be around then. That will be um, that'll be different. That will be different. Um, so Saturday's a no-go. Sunday, I think I'll be recovering from the wedding party. So if there is anything on Sunday, it'll be very late. Um, so it could be Newcastle versus Manchester United. Could be. If not, it could be one of those 8 o'clock games. Bilbao versus Velasano. Maybe. I don't know. Velasano look like they're relegated anyway. And then we'll go from there. So it's looking like Manchester Derby is probably going to be the next one. After that, I'm not 100% sure. It could be Shrewsbury Reading, Derby, could be Luton. I don't know. But we will definitely do the Manchester Derby on Sunday. 100% we'll do the Manchester Derby. And I'll stop that from falling. Um, Before anyone starts going off in the chat, no, we're not getting married yet. All clearance there. And Spurs need to clear that away, which they do. Here's Odebear looking for the runner. It's a 2-on-3. Spurs overrun and Chelsea get it back. Brilliant, Jamie. Thank you very much. Kicks off at R4, so we will be there for the Manchester Derby. Obviously, Haaland's out for the rest of the season. Man United are in free fall. And I've seen United fans saying, "Oh, the Europa League will save our season." No, it won't, mate. No, it won't. Your Premier League season's still been crap. Your cup competition season's been awful. Here's Bergval. Look at this. Oh, well defended by Chelsea. Um, yeah, United's the Europa League's not saving their season. They're Manchester United, for God's sake. They're historically one of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest club, arguably in the world. I don't know why an FA Cup suddenly saves their season. The season's been dead for them all season. Look at Sancho, man. Yes, he lost the ball, but twisted, turning, taking Spurs out inside and out. Man, Sancho at times can be a baller. Sancho's at times can be a baller, but there's sometimes where it can be a bit meh. Uh, let's be honest. And trust me, I know ballers. Lamine Yamal, best right winger in the world. Facts. Any Barca fans watching, you'll know what I mean. Anyone who doesn't watch La Liga, go and watch La Liga and you'll know what I mean. Yamal's the best right winger in the world. Screw the Mohamed Salah chat. Screw all that Salah chat. Yeah, Salah's probably best winger in the Premier League at the minute. But let's be honest here. Is he the best right winger in the world, like everyone seems to say? No. Because when Mane was at Liverpool, Mane was better than Salah. I think Mane had better on-ball ability than Salah, personally. But that's just my opinion anyway. Well, the wedding stuff in the chat. Fewest touches this match, Dominic Solanke. Yeah, Dominic Solanke's having an absolute stinker. Biblical stinker and hopefully hooked at half time. Probably won't do. But yeah, in terms of quality in front of goal, it's been a bit of a stink fest, to be honest. And I can say that because I know ball and I've watched ball. And many other people have watched ball. Played out to Jackson. Oh, why is it deflected off his own teammate, mate? Come on. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Ball over to Sancho. Sancho going for it here. Go on, Sancho. Take him on if you can. Well worked. Cucurella. Good block by Bergval. Bergval to Spence. Oh, Spence, you idiot. Sancho. Bad ball anyway. Yeah, Spence got away with that. That was pathetic from Jed Spence. And that's Spurs free kick on Solanke, I think that was. I think it might have been. Yeah, Jed Spence got lucky there. Jed Spence got lucky there. Lucky, lucky, lucky. And I did make some scores, like some of the score lines to kind of prepare for all the outcomes, etc. Like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-3, etc. I've done it up to 3 because I don't think there'll be more than 3 in this game. I might have just jinxed it now. But yeah, I am not jealous. Right, Madison. He's another one that's had a stinker today. Heung-min Son. Son. Well played. Get it clear, Chelsea. Not really. Let's just give it back to the player, shall we? Maddison bundled off the ball. Play on. Yeah, it's just it's looking kind of sus from both teams, to be honest with you. Son, and it's blocked out for a corner. Worked there by Destiny Udogi. Look at this again. Son, twist, turns, outside, inside. Good save by the keeper. And that's a bad clearance there. That's a really bad clearance. Was that Sancho that cleared that after the save by Sanchez? I could be wrong. It was either Sancho or Colwill. One of the I can't remember. I don't know. Don't know. It looked like Sancho for a second. So it's going to be a corner for Spurs. Whipped in. Cleared by Sanchez. Why do you have to punch it like Superman all the time? Sanchez to the rescue. Terrible ball in. Clearance by Chelsea. Sancho. And Chelsea can get it away. Up the field. Enzo. Enzo, why are you doing that? And Enzo Fernandez is one of the most overrated football players I've seen in my lifetime. And I've seen some overrated ballers that had ish ball ability. That's not a foul, apparently. Okay, no, it is. No, it's not. Berg foul. Over 1,500 in the building. Bosh. Let's get some of you on X over to Twitch and YouTube and get asking some questions. Or if you're watching on X, put a comment in. Put a comment in and let me know where you're watching from. I want to see this chat box right here, flooding with location comments. You don't have to put postcodes or anything criminal or anything like that. Just post where you're watching from. UK, Albania, Algeria, whatever. Comment where you're watching from. If you want to put a place, then go for it. If you want to put the place or the town, then go for it. Or a city. Or a state if you're watching in America. Ball inside, cleared away by Chelsea. That's for everyone, by the way. Don't matter if you're watching on X, Twitch, YouTube. Send me your location, which sounds a bit dodgy. Just put in the chat where you're watching from. I'd love to see where everyone's watching from. And we've got no excuses. We've got a few thousand on X that's seen the post. We've got over 1,500 in the building. So let's see where people are watching from. Or listening from, if you're not looking. And if you're just having it on in the background. Yeah, Maddison, you can complain all you want, pal, but it's still a free kick. Don't even dare. Don't even dare. There's Ange Postecoglou. G'day, mate. G'day, mate. Yeah, pretty tough. It's been a pretty tough first half. But you know what? We're doing all right, mate. We beat Chelsea. We can lose to Wolves. That's just Spursy. Yeah. G'day, mate. And if the season ends bad for me, it very well could be. G'day and goodbye. That's basically Spurs. That is Spurs, mate. G'day and goodbye. I might get sacked in the morning. On a big screen with a nice cold vodka and coal. Bosh. Have at it. Have at it. Oh, we're the lads. Melly, I know what you're trying to do. Don't even tempt me. Bosh. Right, Son. Udogi. That's been called back. It's going to be a Chelsea free kick, taken short from the back. Only a few minutes now until the added time for the first half, and then we will take a short break once it hits half time. So if you have just jumped in and you are wondering what's going on, then at half time we're going to take a few-minute break, listen to some trap music, and then um, we will reconvene in a few minutes at half time. Once it hits half time, we'll reconvene a few minutes later, and we will get all your thoughts as to what that first half was about. If you are watching, of course. Let me know what you're doing tonight. Are you watching some other football? Are you watching something else? Are you keeping an eye on anything? And can we get this to 2,000? Babe, what did I say? Tell me what did I say? I generally don't know. Charles in the doghouse. Right, Romero. Bit of a push there from Cucurella. Here's Odebeau's track back. Where the bloody hell is Jed Spence? Where is Spence? Here's Palmer. Oh, he tripped over his own feet. Enzo. Out to Gusto. Neto. Neto twisted and turning. Gusto. Enzo. Don't they know it? Uh, Enzo. It's just been a bit of a stink fest, to be honest. Good bits of plays here and there, but nothing really that's ruled into anything or become anything. Ball in, just easily cleared by Bergvall. It's been too easy. In terms of quality in front of goal, it's been a stink fest of a match. Stinker and hooked. Neto. Again, no quality whatsoever. It's looked like one side settled for top four and is able to just go through the motions, and one's further down the table. Oh, here we go. Sancho. Oh, good save. It looks like his eyes. Oh no, my finger. Charlie bit my finger. And that really hurt Charlie. Jaden hurt my finger. And that really hurt Jaden. It did bend his fingers back, to be fair. Good save there by Vicario. Quickly recovered. Short corner from Chelsea. Space here for Gusto. Deflection off Bergvall. Reached it. That's a foul. And that's a Spurs free kick. Yeah, this game's going to shit. Oh, handbags, ladies, handbags. Fight night at Stamford Bridge. Oh, some swings there. Are they been trying bouncing Joshua? Jeez. Yeah, this match is starting to heat up a bit now. Out of nowhere. RKO out of nowhere. Got 2 added minutes, but that'll increase with the fight night at Stamford Bridge teaser trailer. Few scuffles, nothing really. I've seen worse than that. If you want to see worse than what you've just seen, way worse, type in on YouTube Partisan Derby, but only during the halftime break. During the halftime break, when we're off for a few minutes, type in Partisan Derby. Trust me, you'll see fights. You'll see fights, and that's not players, that's fans. That's fans. Partizan Derby is one of the most unsafe derbies to ever go to. Believe me on that. Believe me on that. I've seen videos from Partizan Derby. I want to go to a Partizan Derby at some point. I don't care. Yeah, a bit of afters there from Romero. Yeah, I want to go to Partizan Derby at some point. Trust me. Trust me, it is a good match. Fiery, passionate, proper rivalry. Make sure you're all subscribing on the Twitch, by the way, as well as YouTube and X. Shalabar's been booked. So goal kick to probably end the first half by here. I think the first half will be over soon. Like I said, I think in front of goal, I think it's been a bit of a stink fest. Good bits of plays here and there, a couple of times for each side, but nothing really challenging. I think it's just been a bit easy peasy from both sides. For me, I think it's the perfect advertisement of the modern day Premier League. I think that um, it's just been a bit of a stink fest in front of goal, and that's the difference. To be honest with you, I think both teams have looked pretty average overall. I think Um, I've seen better Championship matches. Not on his stream tonight, I know, but I heard one about sign. You almost caught me out there. You almost caught me out there. If you want to know who that man is, research his name. Trust me. Trust me. You don't want to know. You almost got me to say it though. You almost got me to say it. Straight into Vicario's hands, and that will be half done probably. Referee needs to get that whistle out of his pocket because this first half has been a stink fest. Stink fest and hooked. While we're on a 5 minute break as well, make sure you go and check out Lee Gunner's stream because he's streaming this game as well. And put in the chat that you've come from Chelsea Live. I'll probably message him at some point, to be fair. All right, first half's over. 0-0. Crimea River. Right, first half's over, so I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. You can count them. We're back, guys. We're back for the second half, which starts in a few minutes. Um, so, just first of all, there's not really much to talk about the first half because it was an absolute stinkfest. Worst advertisement for the Premier League ever. Ever, ever, ever. Um, yeah, in front of goal, absolute stinkfest. And I've just said that on Lee's channel as well. Absolute stinkfest. Now, the more exciting stuff, and that's what we've got coming up. So on Saturday, that we've already talked about, we'll be pitch side for Bradford City versus Crewe Alexandra in League Two. Capturing some of that atmosphere at Valley Parade. We're also going to be doing the coverage in a couple of weeks for the Montague Cup final, which is a non-league tournament or grassroots tournament cup final every year. It's the oldest still played at its regular venue in the world, which is quite a unique one. And that's in Mexborough, so that's quite interesting. Looking forward to that one. We also have some more Ball League stuff. So before the final, we should be back at the Copper Box Arena for more match days. Hopefully starting on Monday. Fingers crossed. So hopefully we might be able to make it down for that. If we can't make it down to Copper Box this upcoming Monday, then we will do what we did last time and just do match reviews as shorts and as short clips on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, like Instagram Reels, etc. And speaking of bowling, we do also have another video which is coming. I think I'll literally be finishing the edit tonight and then getting it up for tomorrow. And that is an interview with Sam Cox, the coach at United, Angry Ginger's team. So not only did we meet Angry Ginge the previous Monday before last, I should say the previous Monday before, like match day one, for example. So not only did we get to meet Ginge on the first match day, we got to interview Sam Cox virtually before the third match day, and that's part of a series on the channel during the Ball League season and probably after the Ball League finished as well, while we're hyping up the next one called Ball League Unfiltered, and that's a series where we're talking to players, coaches, managers, presenters, anyone involved in the Ball League will be on that series. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some good responses from that one. So we've got Ball League Unfiltered to look forward to. We've got Bradford. We've got Montague Cup. Might be at a Premier League game in May. Still trying to work that out. The last major announcement before the second half starts is our big projects. Now we will try and do an official teaser video for it, like an official video explaining it all. But the reason why I was asking for at least one fan of every League One and League Two club is because we are launching the EFL free agency draft. So this is and immediately I'm going to get comments from people saying, oh, it's a very Americanized project, this, that, the other. The free agency draft is basically, it says what it does on the tin, basically. It's basically a football/soccer version of the NBA draft, but with free agents, and it's for League One and Two. So basically, a fan represents their club in the draft, and they pick, and it's through a system, like a weighted lottery system, which we've done. By the way, everyone watching on Twitch, don't use that cheap viewers on Streamboo link. Just ignore that. Don't know where that came from. But yeah, so basically it's one fan from each of the clubs picks a free agent for their team in each round of the draft. We're probably going to have 3 rounds. Obviously 48 teams, so it means 48 rounds. If we don't get a fan for all the clubs, we're just going to put all the clubs that did have a representative together, and they'll be the ones in the draft, just to show a bit of flexibility. And we'll judge it based on that. And then we'll probably end up doing a weighted draft lottery system, and then we'll kind of combine the picks together. So, like the ones that didn't have a fan representative, they'll be taken out, and the next one up will take their place, and Obviously, the ones left in the lottery will be taken up by um, like lower standing teams. There's a way to work it out, which I'll reveal in due course. But yeah, that's a big project. I'm putting a lot of stuff together for that one, and a lot of people are on board for that one. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll do some like separate interviews as well with people, um, basically talking about it. What they could be after for their football club, who would they bring in for their football clubs, like position wise, etc. So we're gonna have whole bits of coverage for that one. So I'm looking forward to that one. It's gonna be a fun project, definitely a fun project. Did you go Donny Walsall? I did, and I was very frustrated. Very frustrated. And people said, "Oh, I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw before that." No, bollocks. I wanted to win that game. Very frustrating. I thought Anderson was good up until we conceded the second goal. I thought Wood was all right until we conceded the second goal. Again, done for pace, lack of reaction time. I thought Sterry overall had a good game. I thought we missed Oluwu McGrath overall, definitely. We still had a lack of bite in midfield. Broadbent, there was times where Broadbent played it straight to the opposition. I had no idea what happened with Broadbent. People say, "Oh, Broadbent had a good game." There was times where I didn't think Broadbent. I thought Broadbent had an average game, to be honest with you. Yeah, Melly, you're a good luck charm. That's why. Girlfriend, biblical stinker, and hooked. Second half kicked off, by the way. But yeah, like I said, overall for me, I thought first half I thought we were solid first half. Thought we were just missing a goal. Surprise, surprise. And then second half, I thought we were average or below average in second half overall for me. Thought we had a bit of fighting spells to get it back, but didn't really work. Thought it was a good finish from Billy Sharp. Good little flick on there, and that's the thing with Billy Sharp that really frustrates me. He's not shown up this year, but he's the kind of player that shows up in moments and can have that clutch moment where he will be on target. And there's plenty of chances where he wasn't on target, but he scores 1 out of 5. And there's that 1 out of 5 that you might need just in the back pocket just to keep an eye out for. But yeah, it's an interesting one this weekend. Obviously, Donny Cheltenham, Bradford Crew, Wimbledon's playing, Notts County's playing after that victory against MK Dons. In other words, MK Stinker and Hooked. Yeah, MK looks shocking. They look shocking. They are so bad. MK Dons need a reset button in the summer. They need a reset button. But yeah, big one this weekend. Yeah, I think we missed Oluwa McGrath. Hopefully Oluwa's tied down to a new deal. Hopefully McGrath's tied down to a long-term contract. But even if they were, I still want to see us bring in one or two more centre backs and get rid of Anderson and Wood in the summer. If you're going to sign Anderson to a new contract, you make sure he's aware that he will not start the majority of games unless needed, unless forced to. There's no excuse. You go with your strongest 11 week in, week out, and that I think that's the main thing that hit us hard in the first half of the season, at least. And parts of the second half of the season, we were the League Two Tinkermen, and we just kept chopping and changing and didn't find our strongest 11. And people say, "Oh, fitness, this, that, the other." If fitness isn't a worry, and if a player's fit to start, you start your strongest 11. If they're not over a certain percentage where they can start and they're not confident of starting, that's when you change it. But if a starting 11 works week in, week out, you don't change it, no matter what. Was lacking pace. I agree. I agree. I think he's a no nonsense centre back, but I think he lacks pace. I think that's the same with Anderson as well. But you don't keep both of them, you keep one of them. And if you want me to be brutally honest, I think Richard Wood goes back to Rotherham next season to coach him. Um, or potentially goes back to Rotherham anyway. And I said my piece on Steve Evans anyway. I said, because I said where I thought he'd go. I think he'd go Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury fans didn't like that, but I think that's where he goes. I think he goes to Shrewsbury because I don't think Shrewsbury's in the best position. If I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, I'll check it out. Sancho, bit of baller ability there. Cucurella. Get it up and over. Header, 1-0. Good header there from Enzo Fernandez. And that's 1-0 to the mighty Blues, the Chelsea. Big up the Chelsea. Big up the Chelsea. Big up the Chelsea. Let's get the scoreline changed. So Enzo with the goal. 1-0 Chelsea. G'day, mate. G'day and goodbye. Ange is going to get sacked. Ange is going down under. Ange is going down under. Ange Postecoglou, biblical stinker and hooked. How about that? I love that accent. I really do. I really love that accent. Oh, brilliant. Let's get the graphic. You're hooked. See? My baby knows. Let's just get this ready. One 0 to the mighty Chelsea. Who's winning the league? I'd say Port Vale. Port Vale or Bradford, but that doesn't stop us going for it either. That just by me saying that doesn't mean that we should stop going for the title because we should be pushing it as far as we can. Title race is wide open. No one wants it. Yeah, it's basically like the top four. It reminds me of the Premier League top four race in 17-18 when I think Arsenal were in for it. I think Tottenham were in for it. Wolves were in for it at one point. Like no one wanted it. Literally, might as well just giving it to Wolves at that point, and then Arsenal just scraped it. I think no, Arsenal didn't scrape it. I think Tottenham scraped it at that point. Ball over, header away. That's a terrible header. Enzo tries the bicycle, and that's way too easy. Don't know what he's trying there. Not a Scooby Doo. Tottenham coming forward on a bit. Well muscled out by Cucurella. I do want to go back to Stamford Bridge at some point. I thought that was a really good experience, Stamford Bridge. Like that's a proper stadium, proper Chelsea. Since Crew Away gained 30 subscribers. Nice, nice one, Alex. Well done. Keep going, pal. And if anyone watching on any platforms does see me at a game, no matter who you support, no matter which team it is, if you see me at a game, don't be afraid to say hi. Oh, Neto pounded by Madison. Pause. Biblical pause. Yeah, Neto got bodied by Madison with an assist from Romero. Push him in the puddle. See, those of you watching this now know that my girlfriend takes no BS. She takes no BS. She says it like it is. Bodied. Push him in a puddle. Bodied. Free kick from Enzo. Header on. Clipped by Bergval. Oh, what a strike. Standing ovation for Moises Caicedo. 2-0 to proper Chelsea. G'day, mate. G'day. And good night. Ange Postecoglou out. That trophy cabinet is looking pretty empty. And it continues to be pretty empty. Oozing nothing. Oozing nothing. Tottenham oozing, yeah. It's been checked by VAR. We're going to have it ready just in case. It's gone to VAR though. Possible offside. Here we go. Here's the drama. Here's the drama of the league. Tension, drama, intrigue, atmosphere. Trust me. I qualified in acting and performance through college and university. I've seen more drama in bloody EastEnders than Premier League VAR. You can literally just screenshot what you're seeing on screen right now with Caicedo looking at the monitor and the screen on the other side going dum 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 dum. This ain't EastEnders. This is football. Cheers. This is not EastEnders, mate. I do like the VAR logo though. Shout out if you like it as well. Is he offside? I don't think he is. I'm looking at it. You'd say. I mean, come on. How long is this taking, man? How long is this taking? La Liga, you whack this out in a couple of minutes. Bundesliga, whack it out in a couple of minutes. MLS, couple or a few minutes, depending. The Baller League VAR or slash refs challenge, 50 seconds max. I know it's a small-sided pitch, so it's easier, but you get the gist. How can they spend this long on VAR in the Prem when other leagues in other countries whack it out a hell of a lot quicker than this? If the Premier League want to put VAR in place properly and the technology properly, learn from Bundesliga, learn from La Liga, and do it properly. There we go. Offside. I thought it was just offside, to be fair. Offside, stays 1-0. Bosh. How about that? And how long did that take? Oh, only roughly about 6 minutes, nearly. Fucking Jesus. Are you posting a match reaction from Walsall? Um, no, it's way too late for that now. Way, way too late. Way too late. I think Lee's about to react to my message that we're live. He's going through super chats now. So I think he might come to my normal message at some point. Because I did put a normal message in there, not a super chat. I put a normal message in there. What drama? Babe, have you not seen the game? It's like a game. It's like an episode of Bloody EastEnders. Intrigue, drama, all that malarkey. Did you record for it? Little bits, but not a lot. I was just enjoying that once. Well, I tried to enjoy it. If people had saw me around the stadium, I was kicking the billboards down nearly. I was frustrated. I was so frustrated that day. That night, should I say. So frustrating. Half an hour left. Half an hour left of this one. Big up Lee. Big up to Lee, my brother. My brother from London. Well, now he lives in Spain. Corner. Corner to proper Chelsea. I think their equaliser was offside. Marginally. But that doesn't excuse the fact that we defended like crap. Here we go. Brennan, Average Johnson, and Pape Sarr getting ready to come on for Spurs. Yeah, little flick from Billy Sharp. That's what I mean with Billy Sharp. He frustrates me this year at times, but he's got that little pocket of quality that he can bring out of his back pocket. That little bit of quality out of his back pocket, and just unleash it when he needs to. When he needs that clutch moment, and he can turn up in clutch moments. We've seen that in the past. For a second, I thought they were going to make the changes. Then I thought it was going to be Dominic Solanke, biblical stinker, and hooked. Solanke's been so isolated today. He's had nothing to do. He's had one of the fewest touches on the ball in the whole game. It should be Dominic Solanke, biblical stinker, and hooked. That's a short free kick there. They're having to play it back. That's a bit cheeky there from Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. Spurs fans, if you're watching this, what's the future of "G'day, mate" and "Good night"? Ange Postecoglou. It's not "G'day, mate." It's "Goodbye, mate." Goodbye, mate. Ange Postecoglou out. Right, Enzo free kick short. Palmer, good ball over. That's a terrible one though. Eventually terrible. One now to Enzo. Got 27 minutes left. Plus added time, obviously, so probably about half an hour. Do you see some people taking their shirts off in the south stand? I did catch eye of that, which I really didn't want to catch eye of. You've been framed. Bosh. I really did not want to keep an eye on that. I really didn't want to look at that at all. Did not want to look at that. It's the last thing I wanted to look at. Here come the changes then for Spurs. Are you going to Wimbledon? I will be there, but I will be straight off afterwards though, because got a wedding party to look forward to. Hyun-Min Son, stinker and hooked. Done nothing in this game. Oh no, Son. Oh no, Son went over to Sarr just to have a word with him. Fair play. Bergval, off he comes. Stinker and hooked. Yeah, Alex, if you do see me at a game, don't be afraid to let me know, man. Otter Bear, Stinker and hooked. Yeah, if you want to put me on the channel, Alex, then if you see me at a game, then don't be afraid to say hi. I'm at Bradford on Saturday, but the following Saturday I'll be at Donny Wimbledon. So make sure you say hi. Son, good block there, corner. Well defended by Shalabar, who was on the yellow card. Who knew you could defend on the yellow card? Who knew? Now that on the pitch is a real market opportunity. Let's get some more questions in, guys. If you're watching on X, type the question in. Want some more football questions while I'm watching this stinkfest of a game that Chelsea's looking like could be winning. I think a draw would be a fair result, to be fair. I sit Coppinger halfway line. Oh, fair enough. I think a draw could be a fair result here, to be fair. I think both teams have been average today. But one goal could end up switching it, you never know. I could find you in the concourse. Yeah, that'd be great, man. That'd be brilliant. Oh, pushing and shoving that. It's so obvious what they're doing as well. It's like a game of rugby in the box. Jesus Christ. Shot there. Very easy to deal with from Sanchez. Long ball from proper Chelsea. Still can't find the proper man. Look at this. All that pushing and shoving for nothing. I've got the Manchester Derby on Sunday, but that's probably one of the only Premier League games I'll watch for the rest of the season now, because the quality in the Premier League's absolutely crap. The Premier League quality is so crap. Look at that. Shots 4-1 in favour of Chelsea. On target 2-1 in favour of Chelsea. It's been shite. 71% possession in favour of Chelsea. All the ball and no idea. Looking forward to Donny Bradford. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be pretty good. I think Donny Bradford's going to be good. I think the half-12 kickoff time change has not helped, but um, I think we'll still create an atmosphere anyway. I'll still be there. Nicholas Jackson on the yellow card. Jadon Sancho is coming off. Who's coming on? Let's try and find in this match who's been the best statistical player. Madueke is coming on. Madueke is coming on. Sancho's lost the most duels in the match. Sancho, stinker and hooked. Man United loanee, stinker and hooked. You'd probably say Caicedo's man of the match at the minute. He's faced the most tackles and won the most duels in the game overall. Son to Madison. Tumble there. That's not a penalty. No way's that a penalty. And that's a foul for Chelsea, surely. What? Babe, I'm not reading that went down comment. It's just too risky. Uh, for Ball League, why don't you show a bit of match footage? It's because you're not allowed to film the matches unless you're Sky Sports or the Ball League media team, pretty much. So there's not a lot I could do. So I tried to capture as much of the atmosphere in between as possible, and focus on one of the games in terms of like the reactions. So it's a bit like I do with the Donny videos in the stadium. Here we go. Spurs going forward. Sarr. Oh, that's terrible goalkeeping by Sanchez. That is awful from Sanchez. And Spurs are back in the game. Absolutely terrible game, though, overall. Chelsea surrounding the referee, no idea why. Don't know what they think they're going to get. Yeah, Chelsea surrounding that referee. So they're arguing about a foul in the build-up, which I don't think there's much in that, to be honest. Yeah, there's nothing really in that, to be honest. So, Sanchez, that's awful. I'm sorry, but Sanchez is one of the worst keepers in the Premier League this year. I'm sorry, but Sanchez has been the worst keeper in the Prem, or one of the worst ones in the Prem. You're not allowed to film it, Donny. Not the match itself, not really, no, unless you blur it out. Um, so I try and capture a different way of doing it to try and make it different. And the referee's gone to the screen again. Here we go. Doom, 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 doom. Drama unfolding. Oh, he did catch him on back at leg, to be fair. Oh yeah, that's two studs up. That's full. That's studs up on back at leg. That's definitely a foul. If the referee doesn't give this, then I'd be surprised. Spurs robbed, robbed, robbed. Melly, stop it. Yeah, even Cole Palmer's wondering how long this is taking. Time goes by so slowly. Yeah, that's two studs up. That's a foul. I generally think if you're a football manager, it's better managing in a different league other than the Premier League. Because I think the Premier League is one of the worst leagues in the world at the minute. I saw that video with Lee and Igal, and they were talking about. Hang on, what? What? Oh, they've chopped it off. Still 1-0. But yeah, I saw a video with Lee and Igal, and I think they were saying, like, this current Premier League's better than it was 10 years ago. And I'm like, sorry, mate. What? What? Okay, let's put that theory to the test, shall we? Let's go back to 2014, 2015 Premier League squads. Premier League 14-15. Let me list off the players that are better than the best of the current crop. And when you're talking about the best of the current crop, you're talking Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, Van Dijk, Salah's in there, obviously, Alisson, David Raya. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the best crop of players in the 14-15 season. So let's make sure it's fair, and we'll look at the top performing players. Obviously, that year Man City won the league. Sorry, Chelsea won the league. Sorry, because it was the year before Leicester. Aguero, Kane, Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez, Hazard was still in there, Rooney was still in there, David Silva, uh, Courtois, Fabianski was a beast at times, De Gea, Who else? Jose Mourinho managing. John Terry. Ivanovic. Coutinho. Sorry. Th- this current crop is better than 10 years ago. With respect, give your head a wobble. Doesn't come close to 10 years ago. The standard of 10 years ago is much better than it is now in the Prem. I think Premier League up to 2015, 2016, at best 2017, was a better standard than it is now. Facts. Right. Just over 15 minutes until end of time. Gonna keep going. Gonna keep ploughing through, keep pushing through. Can we get this stream to 3,000? Because I think we can. So if you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, X, share it around, do all the good stuff. Subscribe if you're newer as well. Let's get to 3K. Headed by Gusto. That's a free kick. Free kick. We got Udogi to Son. Son twisted turning. Well defended there by Gusto. Yeah, Soren Caicedo exchanging words there, and then not focusing. And that's the standard. That was before the goal that got ruled out. Complete lack of concentration though. Udogi plays it back. Van der Ven. Spence. Sir. Son. Madison. Sart. Spence. Johnson to Sart. Ball in. Cleared by Gusto. Header on. And Brennan Johnson does what he does. If you're not allowed to film it, Donny, I'm in big trouble. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. The 92 with Alex. Yeah, I won't worry about it. I won't worry about it. Right, this game's getting boring. I'm going to fill up my drink and I'll be back in just 2 minutes. Stay exactly where you are. If I miss a goal, I'll go back and watch it. And surprise, surprise, there's no goals. Premier League stinker and hooked. Cleared away, and that's terrible. I came prepped for this evening. I've got a penguin. Who likes penguins? Comment down below. Yeah, don't worry, babe. We'll get some snacks when you come mine next. Nah, don't worry, Alex. Should be fine. Nicholas Jackson, stinker and hooked. Reece James on. Nicholas Jackson, Senegalese, stinker and hooked. The club won't, Alex. Club won't. They've just shown us Solanke's touch map. Barely anything for a striker. Isolated. So isolated. Basically, Alex, if the EFL don't like it, if the EFL think you're covering too much of it, they'll have the authority to take it down. It's not the clubs, it'll be the EFL. Which is why my Bradford vlog at the start of the 21-22 season, when Lee Tomlin got red carded silly for a silly reason. That was his fault, by the way, if you remember that. That's why that got taken down, and my channel got struck actually, and I fixed it. The strike got taken off, and yeah, didn't get any strikes after that because I changed it around a bit and made it EFL friendly, should we say? Quick one there from Spurs, and that's awful. Um, Basically, babe, when I say hooked, it means taken off or substituted. So yeah, Substituted, hooked, taken off. Bad performance. Yeah, that's a yellow card for messing with the ball there. Stupid from Palmer. Cold Palmer. It's freezing in Chelsea. Okay, mate. Brilliant. Good one. Cold Palmer. Stupid. How Tottenham players are even how Tottenham players are even complaining about that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. He literally went down 2 seconds after he was contacted. It's not annoying, Alex. Trust me. Don't worry about it. So you got a double Tottenham change. Van der Ven off for Porro. James Maddison, stinker and hooked. And Matisse Tell, it's on. 10, 10 March vlogs, will they get taken down? Nah. Nah, should be alright. Calls there for a penalty, for a free kick. Sorry, a penalty, but yeah, it would be a penalty. But nothing given. I'm going straight to bed after this, babe, so I'll have to ring you at morning. They'll never take your video down, Alex, for an opinion. It's not North Korea. Um, ball over Son. Good save, Sanchez. Son's had a stinker today. Son has had a stinker. We are so close to hitting 3K before end of this game. So close. If we can hit it before full time, that'd be brilliant. We're literally millimetres away. Corner from Spurs, cleared by Chelsea. And that's another terrible shot. Terrible. Thing is with Dapper Alex, he puts like fans' reactions to the goals and the players celebrating rather than the goal itself. That's why he's so good at what he does. 18 Dapper finds a way around it. Enzo Fernandez standing ovation. I thought he was all right today, but I still thought Caicedo was the better midfielder. And it's a cold day in hell for cold Palmer. 12 minutes at a time. Jesus Christ. 3K. We just hit 3K. Get in. Get in. Standing ovation for Chal. 3K. Have that. Haters, suck on those tears. I'm going to drink the tears of every hater. 3K. No uno, no dos, tres. Tres gay. Tres gay es mutante. Es mutante. Tres gay. For all the Twitter mutants who wants to cry at me going to a Bradford game. Yeah, drink those tears. Es mutante. Yeah, again, Adam Gittins does really well with his content, blurring bits out where the shots go in. Again, that's another good way to do it. That's why I do it different. So Gittins blurs some of it out. Dapper does fans reacting to chances and goals, etc. I do just my raw reactions to moments. And if you want to watch the highlights to see what I'm reacting to, then you go and watch ITV afterwards or beforehand. So it's like I watched match day one of the Ball League over again, and I saw the chip where the famous analogy came from, and actually I got a message from Mohamed Mayoud from United, and he said, "What a guy! 10 out of 10 commentary." Free kick to Chelsea. Yeah, literally, guys. Once it hits full time, I'm gonna get off. Once it hits full time, I'm getting off. Not gonna stay for much after the game, to be honest. And the next stream will be at the Manchester Derby on Sunday. 11 shots to 8 in favour of Chelsea. 5 to 2 on target in favour of Chelsea. Possession now 53 to 47. Interesting, interesting. How much do you make out of YouTube out of curiosity? Um, Not a lot, like little bits here and there. Like anywhere between 50 to £100 every month, every 2 months. It's better than nothing. It's a starting block. It's better than nothing. I don't mind sharing that. It's not massive. If I were in the millions and earning like what KSI does, for example, I wouldn't disclose it on stream or anything like that. But it don't really matter at this point, so I can talk about it until it gets out of control. Melly, you're gonna have to wait for that one. Right, 8 minutes, well, 7 minutes nearly left until this bollocks is done. Let's face it, it's been a shit game. It's been so crap. It's been one of the worst advertisements for the Premier League ever. Two average teams, one's going to scrape top four, one's going to finish very, very low. There's, there we go, Sart. Back inside. Just get it in the box, man. Easy for Sanchez, man. Spurs are awful. I swear, and some of you watching this may know this. If you do, comment down below so I know. I swear there's Spurs players managed by Juan de Ramos that perform better than Ange Postecoglou's players. And for those of you who don't know who Juan de Ramos is, he's a UEFA Cup winner with Sevilla, went to Tottenham after Martignol got sacked, and in the 08-09 season, Juan de Ramos got sacked along with sporting director Damien Comolli when the club sat bottom after the first couple of months of the season, and they had to get Harry Redknapp in, and the rest is history. But the man who triggered the Harry Redknapp era of Tottenham Hotspur was the sacking of Juan de Ramos and sporting director Damien Comolli at the time. Comment down below if you remember Juan de Ramos at Spurs, because I've got little memories of it as a kid, but I remember watching it back. I remember watching some of it back, and some of the football was good, but nah, overall, just didn't deserve to stay. He'd outstayed his welcome by that point, because it got to a point where it was unassailable. When you're Tottenham Hotspur and you've won that many trophies in the past, no matter how much trophy drought you're on, Newcastle are on a 70-year major trophy drought and they've won one now. Spurs will win one at some point. Just need to get their act together as a club, on and off the pitch. Oh, come on. Pedro Porro should be booked for that. It was straight into the linesman's face. I've seen other players do that and get away with it. Shouldn't be the same. And that took a little bobble off Chelsea anyway, off Dewsbury Hall. But he should not be losing his cool like that. Bless me. Bless me on stream. Yeah, Porro shouldn't be getting in the referee's face like that. In the linesman's face, sorry. That's awful. That's awful and deserved a yellow card. Could have been a red. If he was already on the yellow, it'd definitely be off by that point. Just gonna shut my window 1 second. There we go. Shut my window for a second. Tackle there by Chelsea. Couple of minutes left. Couple of minutes left. I say we're not staying on long afterwards. Probably just say it's full time, say the result, thank you all, and good night and God bless. Ange Postecoglou out. Goodbye, mate. Because it's surely Ange Postecoglou is not going to survive this. Tottenham Hotspur mid-table in the Prem, and could be out of the Europa League. Because if I'm not mistaken, obviously they've got their. I think they're in the quarter. I think they're still in their quarter final, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, they've got Frankfurt, Eintracht Frankfurt. So let's be honest here. Are they really going to get over Frankfurt? And Frankfurt are third in the Bundesliga and getting Champions League football. And well, at the minute they're looking like they're getting Champions League football anyway. Frankfurt will dog walk Spurs. Frankfurt will dog walk Spurs all over that bloody pitch. It's just a straight fact. It is a straight fact. We're into the 100th minute. There's only got a couple of minutes left now. Surely they just can't. They can't let this go on forever. Can we reach 3,200 on the viewer count by the end of full time in a couple of minutes? Can we get another get another 100 people or so? You never know. Worst things have best things have happened. Stranger things have happened. He's kept that in. We're approaching the end of the game now. It's just going to wind down. It'll just be a 1-0 to Chelsea. A 1-0 to proper Chelsea. And that'll keep them in the top four. Yeah, so a win today keeps Chelsea 5 points away from Forest. Points ahead of City. Newcastle can go ahead of both of them, though, with a game in hand. And Tottenham are 14 points above the relegation zone. Jesus Christ. Sorry, that's sackable. That is sackable. But then, what else has Tottenham done under Levy and Enoch as owners? Ball over, cleared by Chelsea again. And only a few seconds left now. Relegation zone's pretty much set anyway. Leicester's down, Southampton's down. It'll be Ipswich or Wolves. I don't think West Ham's in reaching distance. But I'd say Ipswich are probably more doomed than Wolves, to be honest. I think Wolves are just about doing enough. That win against West Ham did them some good. Right, shots come forward again, kick there on Madueke. That's definitely another foul. And that's a yellow card for Spence. Clear yellow card. Didn't need to do that at all. Did not need to do that. Love you, gorgeous. Chelsea have got every right to celebrate this, but am I sitting here as a Chelsea fan happy? Not really. I think today's performance by Chelsea standards, or what should be Chelsea standards, is average. I think the whole game has been a stinkfest. Just dramatic. Just over dramatized dramatic BS. And I think it's been an average in terms of footballing ability, I think it's been average. Surely it's game over now. There we go. 1-0 Chelsea. So that's it for today then, guys. Thank you very, very much. Over 3.2k overall in the building. Thank you all so much. And I'll see you back here for the Manchester Derby, where hopefully it should be on TikTok as well. Fingers crossed. But for now, have a wonderful evening. And to all the mutants, cry me a river.